feel? How do we feel about pedophiles using AI-generated child pornography in order to more ethically quell their urges? How do you guys feel about that? Is there such a thing as ethical consumption of child pornography? Play the game. Lord, I'm trying! I genuinely don't know about like that kind of thing, right? I don't know. I feel like that's up for like real psychologists and shit to decide. But it does make me curious, like, is there like, could people that are like that, right? Could they be like somewhat like helped by shit like that? I don't know. Or does it just make it worse? Right? Does it just make their urges and shit worse and increase their chance to like offend? Pippa, please change topics. Okay. Okay, so you guys like edgy stuff, but only when it's like pole shit. But when I talk about like pedophilia, suddenly everybody's uncomfortable. I'd like to think they could be helped. That being said, could they go to a therapist just to have cops arrest them? Are they allowed to do that? I don't know. I think it's genuinely an interesting subject, right? So taking off the saying shit for shock value, people that are attracted to children, can they get like help? Or is it if somebody like confesses to having those kinds of feelings, like is it best to just lock them up? I don't know. Because they haven't offended. I guess it's like the same thing with like people that have like murderous urges and shit, right? Like, I don't know. Punishment required, but they haven't technically committed a crime yet. They haven't committed a crime yet. So it's the same thing with like people that have like violent urges, right? Like if you want to kill somebody, should you get locked up immediately? If you have like built-in violent urges, they're a liability. But what's like the line with that as well, right? That's not the same? Why is it not the same? It's both people that like want to do bad things. Everyone has violent urges, not everyone is attracted to children. I would say everybody has aggressive urges, but I don't think violent urges are normal, right? At least to like certain extents, right? Like people, there's having violent urges, right? And then there's like an actual potential danger to commit violence. If you punish people for actively seeking help, won't that make more hide? It seems better if they come forth. That's kind of what my outlook is, right? Like it seems like pedophilia is just genuinely like a mental illness. It's a mental illness. Like there's gotta be a way to like treat these people. There's gotta be a way to fix them. You know? What's like the best route for that? You know? Malcolm Lanning, my boys. I don't think the establishment is interested in treating them because it's such a great control mechanism for blackmail. Reference Epstein. I guess that does make sense. Like the government would never want to actually punish pedophiles because it is easier to weaponize it against them, which rightfully, but weaponize it against them after they step out of line. You know what I mean? Use it when it is convenient rather than punishing them when they commit the crime. You know what I mean? As victims are children, then we have a duty and responsibility to do whatever is necessary, even extreme measures to protect them. I mean, I don't disagree that it's more important to protect children, but it's like, do you throw somebody in prison, right? Or do you lock somebody up for having an attraction to children before they commit a crime just because it's children that are the potential victim? Like, it seems like that would make it fairly easy for, I guess, like anybody to be locked up, right? Because not to say that like anybody is a pedophile, but that anybody could be accused of that and there wouldn't have been an actual crime committed, right? Yeah, it's a literal thought crime at that point. It's a literal thought crime because they haven't actually done anything. Hippo afraid? I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not a pedophile. How can you prove that what you're not thinking of? Yeah. I just think it's an interesting conversation to have, right? I think this is an interesting thing to explore. But for some reason, people are like this is one of those conversations where it feels like the only people that really talk about it are the people that have like a vested interest in like actually protecting criminals. You know what I mean? And I don't think just having the thought is a crime, right? Because they haven't actually done anything, you know? So please move on from this discussion. It's an interesting combo for a different channel. Listen, I can talk about shit if I want to talk about shit, man.